coding can be very powerful when you can iterate through processes. So C++ provides us with a number of different ways to iterate, one of which is the while loop. So if I define int of I equals 0, and while I is less than 5, I'm going to run some code. And in this case, I want to just print I, and I've added a new line so it prints out neatly. And once it prints out the line, I want I to increment. I want this loop to run 5 times, and if I goes from 0 to 5, that's when it'll break. So if I run this code, we can see that this loop ran 5 times, and I incremented it at each time until it reached 5. When I was equal to 5, this condition became false, so the while loop ended. So there's another variation of the while loop, which is called the do-while loop. So in this case, I'm going to define an int j equals 0, and I'm going to define the do-while loop, so do curly braces, and then while, same condition as before, but with j less than 5, and semicolon to end the do-while loop, and the code that's going to execute is a print. In this case, I'm in do-while, and I want to print out the index j, new line, and the semicolon, and I'm going to increment j, semicolon. And if I run that, we can see that the do-while loop runs from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the difference between a while loop and a do-while loop is that the condition of a while loop is checked at the beginning before the code within is executed, while in the do-while loop the condition is checked at the end of the code block. So to make this example clear, I'm gonna do while I less than 0 and while j less than 0 for the while and do-while loops. I'm going to run them, and what you should see is that the while loop doesn't run, but the do-while loop does run. It executes the code once. And that's the difference between the while and the do-while loops.